today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Stroud to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fielded at the 20.
A good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And the Jets will take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game.
9 carries, 51 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute it. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20 plus.
7 yards there and a first down.
The Jets come in search of win number 9 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Off the bootleg, Thorpe.
This pass out wide to Hall.
Touchdown!
Breece Hall.
Touchdown number 15 on the year.
And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
They are coming off the game last week, which was a very interesting game, and Charles, ultimately it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun, Thorpe. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Will Anderson
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. To throw from his end zone. Thorpe got a man, and he hits him in stride.
He's into space past the 15.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. It'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his man. That's Dell. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Now Stroud.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
New York set to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner, By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On second down, a run with Hall. Room here to run. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On second down, it's Stroud.
It's caught by Davis. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Here's Stroud. That's underneath to Pierce.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
On the handoff, Abanikanda.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Garrett Wilson.
57 yards.
And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The second down throw now from Stroud.
And incomplete.
He's trying to get that to Brevin Jordan.
And it's third down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Stroud on third down now.
Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This is taken at the 23. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
113 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41.
The give now to Abanikanda.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Straight ahead is Hall.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Abanikanda.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On second down, it's Abanikanda.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Thorpe. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On first down, here's Stroud. He's got his man. It's Pierce. Finding room at midfield. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with first and goal at the 1-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Stroud now on second down.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Dalton Schultz, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw on second down, Thorpe.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Stroud looking to throw.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Jermaine Johnson.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll run it with Abanikanda.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Israel Abanikanda.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Abanikanda. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll run with Hall. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. And Stroud now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So it's a win here for the Jets, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for the Jets, the win is number 9 for them on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, the rough season continues as they've plunged to 1-13. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, it's a compelling late-season clash here in Week 16, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Jets.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, offensive player of the week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
This defense for the Jets, very strong in that victory a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense, just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They are #2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Another tote for Etienne.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Etienne.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week.
19 carries, 55 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Brought down at the 20.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack on the quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Thorpe. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Patterson running between the tackles. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Thorpe. He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Hall on to give up the middle.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
To throw on third down, Thorpe. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Draw play, ETN. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now we've got a player shaken up, and it appears to be Rosen, who is in some distress. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 4. The give now to Abanikanda.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Straight ahead is Hall. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Israel Abanikanda. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
On second down, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Lawrence will throw.
Just get rid of it.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A handoff for Patterson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 46 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
On second down, it's Abanikanda.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Hall. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
One more time with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall.
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Jets are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 11. A minute 50 to play.
Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 64 yards.
And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Lawrence.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Jets, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they're guaranteed.